Hello everybody, my name is Sasha and welcome to my channel. So, if you're going to study in Russia, then this video is definitely for you because I'm gonna share with you guys 7 tips about Russia, what you can do here and what you cannot to survive as a student. Okay, so and the first tip, if you're going to be in Russia, it's the living tips. There is probably 2 options for you. The first option, and it's the most common one, that you're going to live in the dorm. Usually dorms in Russia, they're not in super good conditions. They can be not super clean. I mean, I have a couple friends actually who are living here in the dorm. I can't say that, for example, in St. Petersburg State University, that it's dirty, guys saying that it's kind of fine and stuff, but for example, I know that there is a dorm in Polytech University, like St. Petersburg State Polytech University or something. If you're going there, be aware. So, and that in their dorms, it sometimes can be such a mess, and my friends like literally send me videos how they have like food, in the kitchen, just like it was just the garbage laying on the floor and the sink was always stuck. That sort of can be annoying. And if you want to, have your own space, if you don't want to share some maybe showers or kitchen or, like some common areas with somebody else, then I would definitely recommend to you to find maybe apartment to rent here. And since I think in Russia the price is a little bit lower than in Europe, that maybe it will be not that expensive for you. Of course, it would be more than for the dorm, because I think our dorms in Russia, they're costing maybe 15 euros per month or something. But it's just up to you to decide which way would be more comfortable, for you as a person to live. But also maybe to protect the dorms, I can say that if you're living there, then you're totally, 24 hours per 7 days, in this student chilling atmosphere, because you have possibility always to communicate with people, like to get to some parties, and if you're just bored, you can knock to somebody's door and ask, oh hey, what are you up to? Do you want to go somewhere or do something? So of course, then this way maybe it's better to communicate with people that way when you're directly living in the dorm. It just depends what is more important for you here. Okay, so the second tip and the second thing, it's the currency or bank account. I have it written here like that. What I mean, because probably you are gonna have your account where you have all the money in euros, or who knows, in dollars or in some other currency. And here in Russia, when you're going to pay for something, every time they're gonna charge from you, this kind of percent, kind of the difference between Russian ruble and the euro or dollar or whatever. So, and maybe it would be for you easier to open in Russia some bank accounts and sort of transfer some of your finances one time, to this new bank account. Or maybe it's easy actually for some people when they're just taking cash out of machines and kind of then just spending this cash, and because it's charging only once this commission, this percent, so it can be that way also cheaper. But also in the bottom of this tip, I want to aware you to be careful, because this story happened with one of my friends. I think a couple of weeks ago. He's foreigner, so, and he has his card with him, and I don't know when it happened or where. He also, I think, didn't know, but in some machine, some bank machine, I think they copied his card's information, and then he got kind of message or something that somebody tried to take out this money in India or whatever, but he was staying here at this particular moment in Russia. So I think somebody copied like his card information and tried to charge, you know, to take money out of his account. But anyway, the thing that you probably know about it as well, that in some countries there, you know, when you're putting card in these bank machines, that they can sort of fake these card holders. So you just always kind of, well, need to check some, like, kind of, you know, if you watch a video once maybe about these fake bank machines, you will know what I mean. If it's like fake card holder which can possibly, you know, copy information about your card, then if you little bit touch it, it should kind of, you know, almost, well, it shouldn't be that stable. So if it's super stable on the bank machine, then it should be fine, but if it's not, then not. You probably shouldn't then use this bank machine. But anyway, just be careful and don't charge like or take money, you know, from some untrustable places. So it's better if it's some official banks, for example. Well, we have our Sberbank everywhere, like I think these offices, main offices in which you can take money out. So, but in my own experience, with me it never happened. Well, maybe because I don't have so much money on my bank account, like, ever. I'm a cash person, even though actually nowadays I don't have any cash with me when I'm, like, you know, walking around the city, but all of my savings, they're like in cash. So I don't trust banks. I don't know, I just can't keep so much money there. Whatever. Okay, so the third tip, it's to learn something simple, like, I mean, some simple sentences or some simple words which can be useful for you while you're staying in Russia, especially from the beginning, because as you probably know, or you will just find out here, Russian people are not super like English speakers, so we really have low % of people who are able to say something to you in English or to have a conversation here. So and if you will kind of need help, you know, somewhere in the streets, our people are very helpful, so they're probably gonna help you. But if you would need to, you know, ask something like, for example, where is the bank, or where is like the shop, or like, I don't know, how can I pay, or whatever, I think it's better if you know like how to say it in Russian. So I would maybe recommend you beforehand to learn such phrases, or for example, like to pay by card or by cash, that's also sort of can be useful. So anything which you think would be like life-saving, you should learn. Or if you want me, for example, to make a video like about some these maybe useful sentences which foreigners might need in Russia, you can text me in the comments down below if you're interested about that. Or you can even like actually text some phrases which you want me to say to you, how to say these phrases, how to spell them, how to write them, and I'm gonna make this video then. Okay, so the fourth tip if you're going to Russia is to bring warm clothes, and I mean really take a lot of warm clothes. For some foreigners, like when they're here, it's getting super cold, especially if you're from some south countries, so like don't be aware that it would be maybe too much. We have such weather that, for example, you can leave your home like in a super warm jacket, and then in the middle of the day it would be as hot as hell, so you would need to walk literally like in some t-shirt. Or for example, you would leave like home when it's gonna to be super sunshiny day, and then like in 3 hours it's gonna be super rainy. So that's why here in St. Petersburg we're usually, or in Russia or in Moscow, I don't know, we're usually wearing so much like layers of the clothes. I mean, if it's getting a little bit cold, like you can just, well, you already have protection. Or if it's getting a little bit warm, like, or hot, you just can take one of, for example, like jackets or whatever, and then it's gonna be fine. So just kind of think of this stuff, what's like clothes would you need, and also depends on the season, because we also don't have here sometimes, I think, super hot summer. So of course some days can be literally hot, like when we are all here just struggling, but most of the time, well, I think you also will need some jeans here, especially in the evenings or in the night. So the fifth tip, if you don't want to be alone here, and as I mentioned, like also in the first tip, like if you want to chill with students, live in the dorm, but this fact is about organization which calls ESN, I'm living, I think, here. No, here. I'm living here, how it goes. So, and it's literally translating as a like Erasmus student network. And you can find it in Facebook. So you can just type like ESN. And for example, then St. Petersburg or SPB, I will also leave it here. So, there you can find just students who are going to be an exchange student in St. Petersburg, or you can find some events in which you can meet these people. So because this organization, they're like, you know, keeping all the international students together like in different countries and cities. So, and if you want to find some new friends like, you know, who are also searching for the friends because you're all like in foreign countries, so that's the cool way to find new people and also to, you know, make your days more colorful, since you will definitely find something interesting to do there. So the sixth tip, it's about shops and products, and what is in the bottom of this, that you really need to pay attention in the shops, like about to the dates of expiration, because, and also how the products looks like, you know, itself, because we have sometimes this problem that in the shops they cannot sort of change, you know, already old products with the new ones, or they can put old products like kind of in front that people would sort of, you know, not notice and buy some old products. So just pay attention like on the day of expiration, for the reason not to get poison or something. It's not super common, but it can happen. So I just, you know, kind of guiding you here how to stay safe. So, and the last tip, the seventh one, it's about shawarma, or so-called shawarma as well. What is it? It's a food, like a street food, sort of like maybe some kebab or whatever, which all the foreigners like so much to eat in Russia, and that's really super common here. But what I have to say that you also should pay attention where you're eating this, because we don't have so much places where it is trustable to do. Since really a lot of my like foreign friends, they got poisoned by this shawarma, and one of them was like really he had some problems maybe for 2 weeks after he ate this shawarma with his stomach. So that's why it's really important that if you want to try it, we have some like normal cafes or some like maybe more fancy restaurants, depends like on your budget, where you can do that. But don't do it like somewhere near metro, like in some really maybe dirty or untrustable place, or if it's some really super small place, then also you should not, if you like don't know for sure that it's like, you know, somebody already ate there and everything was fine. So also maybe when it's like the end of the day and you're going as well to some McDonald's or some stuff, they really can have their, you know, just like products which they didn't use during the day, so they also can be not as fresh as they could be. Pay attention to that as well. That was all my tips for today. I hope you like them, and if you want to know maybe about something like some more detailed tips or something else, so just text me in the comments down below and I will try to do my best. And give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel not to skip next videos, and see you guys soon. Be safe in Russia. Bye!